Hey, okay, so it's Apollo here, or Weckbin, and I just wanted to show a replay to you guys of a particularly important battle in this co-op campaign I'm playing through right now. It was probably one of the coolest castle sieges I've ever had in this game, not because it was a huge one, but because it was both an important one and a difficult one. I am going to be doing a Let's Play in the near future, so this is kind of me testing my video recording software, my audio recording software, and just kind of getting the feel for things. So this battle is between my friend Tim, who's playing as the Takeda, as you can see, and he's fighting Clan Oda. Now, the entire clan's ruling family of the Oda clan is here. Two of their generals are here, and one of them is somewhere else. Their daimyo, their son and heir, and the son and heir's brother are all here in this fight. On top of that, the Takeda have their best general and their daimyo here as well. So Tim is cannot afford to lose this city. The Oda are making a push into Takeda territory, and he asked for my help with this battle. So being a Total War veteran since the original Shogun, I stepped in and offered a hand, and what he's done here is he's given me control of a number of his units. I have control of his light cavalry here, very, very weak, but he's got a slight charge bonus on them, and I have control of one of his generals. And so during this battle, we paused and played and paused and played over and over and over again, but hopefully after this initial pause here, it'll be smooth running. But during the battle, I don't know if they'll show up in the replay, but we were sending flares or map marker pings all over the place. And I'll try to show you exactly what we were doing that for. We were kind of shifting our lines constantly. So this battle, the odds were against him 3-1. He was pretty much set to be screwed. If we'd auto-resolved, it would have been a loss. And he just decided it was unacceptable, that he could not lose this territory. So, up for the challenge, we decided to tackle it. So here we go. I started by sending out my light cavalry to take out the Oda archers. I don't know why they sent them in alone over here, but I ran them down pretty quickly and made short work of them. In the process, though, I forgot how weak light cavalry are, particularly against 3 chevron experienced archers. I had no idea that I would take so many casualties, so I did take quite a few casualties here. In the meantime, I've got 2 other cavalry units here, and what I was going to do, over here the Oda have 2 archer units, and behind them is a Yari samurai unit. I was going to kind of bait the Yari samurai, because I know they always charge those after cavalry, and then send my cavalry around to fight the archers, but I noticed up here they sent their other Yari after me. So that's good and bad. That distracts them from climbing the walls just at the moment and buys Tim a little more time so that he can focus on dealing with the approaching Yari army here and the Oda general group over there. So he's in here, you know, he's shifted his men, his general's dismounted so that it won't go up against any Yari. He's pretty much set, but before the battle's done, he's going to have to shift these men a lot. I think I have him, yeah. I have him brace for the Yari charge up there, and I tell him to, in a moment I'll probably be telling him to reinforce this wall over here where the Yari are going to start climbing. Meanwhile, I noticed that their generals might not be protected the entire time. I got a little ballsy, I charged in the cavalry, and their Yari got involved, or are about to get involved. I decided I'd mess with one of his generals, sacrifice a few horsemen in the process. A lot of my cavalry maneuvers in this were kind of hit and run, so I'd run up, do as much shock damage as I can with my charge bonus, and then fall back. Unfortunately, light cavalry are unorganized, a little slow, and very weak. So in the process of pulling my men back, I do lose quite a few of them, especially when these Yari get engaged. But I was able to take out their general. If not right there, he'll be taken out soon. Meanwhile, back in the castle siege, the Yari are scaling the wall. Looks like I didn't end up buying him that much time, but he's ready. He's got his Yari on the wall over here. There we go. I take out their general. So right now, all that's really going on is Tim is bracing for the attack, and I'm trying to decide which targets are key. These Yari are chasing me around over here. I find their other general is in the open, so I charge all my cavalry in once again, trying to get the shock bonus. I notice that they have some Yari coming over this way as well. For the most part, Tim's holding his own in the siege, but the downside is that he has Yari Ashigaru, while the enemies have experienced Yari Samurai. So you can see why the odds were stacked against us so radically. His men aren't going to last long on their own, so at some point in here I remember telling him to send his general into combat, which was really gutsy, but this is kind of a no-holds-barred kind of, you know, whatever you can possibly do it kind of battle. You can see in the top right corner, up above the map, the odds are still stacked against him pretty nastily. The Yari are all starting to scale the wall, but the good thing is, between my general riding around the outside and giving kind of some external morale support, and Tim's general on the inside providing some on-the-ground, close-up combat support, the morale of his Ashigaru hasn't dropped too radically. Whereas the Yari Samurai climbing the walls right into the spears of Tim's waiting men has damaged their morale. And it definitely doesn't help that my cavalry are ringing around the fortress over and over again, smashing all the troops. Here I'm finally able to run off a lot of the Oda archers. But in the process, I think I actually do lose a full unit of light cavalry. So right now, it's starting to boil down to a morale battle. Tim's men are dropping very, very quickly, and it's clear in a standing fight, these experienced samurai are, you know, have every advantage over these inexperienced Ashigaru. So I decide, Tim, pull your general back, get him back away from those troops. What I'm going to do is bring my cavalry inside and dismount them and use them as foot infantry. I can't say I've ever done that before in this game. I know that the morale here from the repeated charges and from the use of archers as kind of suicide squads here does hurt Oda morale, but it certainly doesn't completely break their army. They're still surviving units outside the wall. I decide that these guys, since they're kind of locked onto my cavalry, determined to take them down, then I'm going to take them for a jog. I don't like how much energy these fresh Yari have, and they've got sprint on, so I figure you guys want to sprint? Let's go in a wide circle. I know my cavalry are pretty much exhausted, but if I can exhaust their Yari, a bunch of worn and tattered and sleepy Yari trying to scale a stone wall into archer fire, into pointed spears, that should break their morale. The odds are already starting to look up in our favor, but that will be changing soon. Things do not always go as we planned. These valiant Ashigaru firing off the wall, whittling away at these Yari samurai. One group has 3 chevrons of experience, one group has 1.
The men are fatigued, my lord, and some must rest.
Our advisors like yelling at us. They don't like what we're doing here. I think the best things we were able to do, though, we were a little lucky in that the Oda decided to split their units and hit from all sides, because we were able to isolate their archers and isolate their general. Taking out their general was definitely a big hit to their morale, as they have no real support, no real encouragement, no morale or inspirabilities.
Their ally has abandoned them. Now we have them.
But at the same time, careful maneuvering of cavalry combined with the constant micromanagement of troop positions inside the walls has led to some good things. So, never in my time playing the Total War games, aside from Dragoons in Napoleon's Total War, have I ever dismounted cavalry. And even then, dismounting Dragoons can be done effectively, but I rarely used it. I only did it for fun, really, for screenshots and stuff. So this was something I've never done before. This is fun. Dismounting Takeda light cavalry and using them as kind of light infantry. Just more men to add to the mob. Right here, I remember we were having a little trouble. We were having some morale problems. His Yari Ashigaru and Samurai retainers were freaking out. So we were wrestling using both of our generals to try to inspire and rally them and keep them under control. Because at this point, a morale break would likely lead to kind of that trickle becomes a flood thing. One large morale break, and the Yari would make it up the wall, and we would face a standing fight again. So I have Tim move his bow Ashigaru here to face the incoming troops. We get our men lined up on the wall, and the exhausted Oda begin to climb. Now at this point, we each hit Control A, highlight all of our units, and send them in for melee combat, including Tim's archers. Everybody, in a moment, is about to charge in. We just need to give the biggest morale shock possible. Here we go. Small groups of Tim's men start to try to retreat. We pull one of his general's units out because they were taking quite a few casualties. And as you can see, these experienced Yari samurai are just tearing through us. But they don't hold for long because our morale shock works. And the sheer number of men we have cornering these exhausted troops means victory. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and I may have some more battle replays in the future, but the big feature on this channel that is up and coming will be a Let's Play. I haven't yet decided whether it's going to be a Rise of the Samurai Let's Play, a Shogun 2 Let's Play, or a Fall of the Samurai Let's Play, but there is definitely one on the way, and I hope you guys enjoy it.